What is good, people? JEDGamez here, back with another video covering this Fortnite feud. So in this video I thought it would be fun to have a look at the prediction and what I think will come from this situation and see all the possible outcomes. Nothing is concrete, nothing is cement here. These are all situations that I think could happen. This crazy situation we found ourselves in all of a sudden. So if you've been following my videos before this one, you would have seen that we covered the breaking news when it was first announced. Fortnite is removed from the Apple App Store and the Android store alike. And I also examined both arguments to this situation. What is Epic Games saying versus what are the Android and App Store both saying back to Epic? What is their perspective on the situation that has happened? So the first outcome is Epic succeeds in their bid not to pay any Apple tax, which I think this is an unlikely situation. Epic succeeds not paying any Apple tax. Full savings are passed on to the user and we enjoy a lot cheaper V-Bucks and Epic takes a big dub. The second outcome could be a possible Epic and Apple compromise here. So this is a situation where Apple would agree to a 10 to 15% tax, and in return Epic removes their discounted payment system in game. This way both companies are making money. Epic are making money through the V-Bucks sales and Apple are still getting their commission or tax through in-app purchases, but Apple takes a substantial hit of half of the revenue they were getting from Fortnite. And this isn't just Apple, this is Google, this is the Play Store as well. So it's a bad situation. Apple end up worse off than they were before. The third possible outcome is Epic just concedes and admits they can't do this. It's impossible, which I think is probably the most likely outcome here. Apple gets their 30%, or they just simply say to Epic, you're not going to have your app on our App Store. The same goes for Google. They won't agree with anything. Google will just say, pay your 30% or don't have an app on our App Store. It's as simple as that. These are big companies. Google and Apple are big companies. They can just tell Epic, we're not going to deal with you. It's as simple as that. And I think it's probably the most likely outcome. Pay your tax or don't have your app on our store. Now the fourth scenario is the worst case scenario here. So the worst case scenario is Epic doesn't give up and Apple doesn't give up and Google doesn't give up. So they both have this back and forth of, you know, you should give me this discount. No, you should pay your tax. No, we want a discount. No, you've got to pay your tax. And they never come to an agreement. Nothing is ever finished. This whole thing just continues. There is no ceasefire. It is constantly firing at each other, which ultimately results in 1 billion people not being able to access Fortnite, which is the absolute worst case. You lose all mobile players. Mobile players can no longer access the game that they love, and the Fortnite community takes a massive hit. As I've described in my previous videos, I think this comes down to Epic's greed. Personally, if they wanted to really pass on savings to the consumers, to the users of our community, why don't they just take the hit themselves? They can reduce the price of V-Bucks, and as a result, that's how they pass on the savings to us. Pay the tax, keep it up in the App Store. You know what I'm saying, guys? That would make the most sense to me. But having looked at all of these possible outcomes, the one I think is most likely is outcome 3. Apple says to Epic, pay your tax or we don't put it back on the App Store. The same goes for Google. And Epic Games says, okay, we're missing out on a big market here. Every mobile player cannot access our game. Mobile makes up a good percentage of our income, of our players for Fortnite. And Fortnite has an average player on mobile of 78 million. 78 million people each month sign on to Fortnite and play Fortnite on their mobile phone. This is a massive amount of people they're missing out on. A massive amount. If each one of them people spends just $10 on V-Bucks, that's $780 million they're missing out on each month. $780 million of revenue just because they want a cheaper rate. They want to make more on that. It's crazy. It is crazy. So yeah, like I said, I think option 3 is probably going to be the most likely outcome. But I could see a route for option 2 to pan out. We know Epic is generating a large amount of revenue for Apple due to the success of Fortnite. So they might agree to a special treatment in order for Epic to pay less money towards their tax, right? This is the possible outcome too. But I think it's less likely compared to, you know, Apple being such a big company and them just being able to say, pay your tax or don't feature at all. But the best case scenario for Fortnite players would obviously be number 1. Apple concedes to Epic. We get 20% discounted V-Bucks. Happy days. Let's cop all the skins. Who knows what's going to happen? I think, like I said, option number 3 is the most likely to happen. But I'm interested to see what happens. And I just want Fortnite back on the store. Guys, I just want all my mobile fam to be able to jump on and enjoy the game that they're passionate about. Let's see what happens, guys. I'm going to keep you up to date. If you haven't already, make sure you like, share this video and subscribe to the channel. Peace and love, guys. Stay positive.